Hey there, YouTube. It's the second installment of a series of commenting games of interest for me. I have to find a better combination of words for that. That one does not roll at all. But basically, it's just games that I found important for whatever reason that you'll see in the video. Tips and feelings and context just revolving around the game itself. And in this one in particular, it's me getting Grandmaster on Squirrel Girl Solo. It was a fairly smooth ride toward the end, but this game I was a little nervous on, I'm not going to lie. I was excited about what was going to be. I had just blown it in 2 games prior to this. We were at 99%. We had won the first game. And I did an ult that was basically like a victory cigar that went off the map. And it would have been very helpful if I used it on the point, and it cost us the game, in my opinion. And I just wasn't pulling my weight that round, so it also felt bad kind of winning that way, even if I did win. But this game was the opposite of that, even though I still had those nerves and that tension. But looking at this, we were banning all the typical things. The storm bans have been working out really well for me. Like, just not having to look in the sky so much has been great. And then Bruce Banner, like, it just works out for Squirrel Girl. Like, these bans, not having to deal with OP, Wolverine as well, and Luna just made everything easy. So the bans, everything aligned perfectly here. I was pretty excited about that. Before I get any further, feel free to subscribe, like, or comment. I'd like to know how you feel about this. If you like the content, I would love just any feedback in general. And I am on X, here on YouTube. I stream live on Twitch and YouTube, and I also just made TikTok, so you can check the description box below for the links to all of that. But on to the game. We're setting up right now. I'm feeling, like I said, there's a lot of anxiety for me right here. I just wanted to, like, the goal was in sight, and I didn't really set out to do that, like to go to any specific rank. But as I kept winning and things, I kept like carrying in a lot of the games, I just started to feel like, yeah, I want to hit GM. And then I'm like, now that I've, spoiler alert, I win this game. Now that I have GM, I'm like, oh, I want to get Celestial. Like, I just want to see how far up I can get on this. But I wanted to not make mistakes, but I also wanted to make an impact, because in the games before, I was just kind of not playing my style of Squirrel Girl, which is like, honestly, it's pretty position based, and I was not taking positions I would aggressively take and playing a bit too safe, and then also just being distracted by a lot of the faster decisions that teams are making as you go up higher, and I wasn't adapting very well to that. But then this game happened, and I felt like, oh, it's all going to be better. It's all going to be okay. Sometimes you just have some bad games and you get too much in your own head and try to outthink it, and you just don't play your game, play to your strengths. And this is very evident to me at the beginning with the negative side of what I was saying, where I feel like I have to contribute. I have to get the first kill. Like, I gotta, like, initiate this well, instead of trying to play hard and play well, like, just do my job, even though sometimes it's not a lot. Like right here, I'm just pushing so far forward, and I get upset about the Cloak and Dagger ult, which was ultra fast, just being in the straight line. And I was like, what is this? Like, I thought we were going to cover the point with that so I can actually use it to my advantage. But it was a great play. It worked out for my team. I had to just eat the humble pie of like, well, maybe don't be in such a bad position, or go play in it and recognize that and stop tunnel visioning. But they won it, and that was great, so couldn't complain. I think the first hold with a portal being involved is pretty good, because then you just have this sweet spot to just be like farming in the damage. Because like right here, I'm like very excited. I'm like, oh, they're bunched up. Let's go. And honestly, I expected a lot more, because I love that room. But I think I had to wait for the fight to break out a little bit sooner. Like, there had to be more than just me attacking that room. And I think I would have had a much better, ult right there just would have been destroyed it easily. But like the other balance of that is you don't want them to start initializing with their ults, so you know sometimes you gotta find that balance. I do think it would have been smarter to wait versus initializing with that. Right here, I've actually got a little bit more confident because I saw that there was a Hawkeye, and I was like, oh, a Hawkeye. Like, I don't get killed by them very often anymore. They can apply pressure to me, but rarely am I getting that one tap. So I started feeling a little bit better, and this is also my favorite like spot of this map at all because the ult will simply bounce back and forth and generally hit most of the targets as everybody can't get to the high ground fast enough. Or conversely,
I ain't feeling the love.
They don't know the map as well to go up and go high ground when they don't have that mobility. So I was starting to feel a lot better at this point, even though we had just lost it. And I was like, oh no, like. Also, you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy, like what you can get away with just being on the mid ground. Like I know it's like a high ground, but it's not that far up for this game, especially avoiding like that Moon Knight ult. And like I said, this is just my favorite spot. You just get stuff. This lane is so good for you. I just don't overstay my welcome with the Hawkeye. Like I don't mind getting shot once. I have enough health to withstand that. And this, I just don't even like care right now. It's just like we're wasting time. Nobody's dying, and they're not really moving it. So I'm just feeling good. Regroup with my team.
Team playing smart though.
And right here, I'm just farming again, just absolutely wanting to get that. Strange is so hard to kill. But it all ends up working out because our Strange was great. Shout out to Zach. What is that? Zayax. He's on Twitch. Maybe he was streaming. But he was good. He really like set the tone, in my opinion. Good Strange play is not really hard to come by, I've noticed, but it's really important when it does happen. There was a game in the session where this one Strange went like 40-3, and like it was not good for us as I was on the other team. I liked this one a lot because I never get to throw my squirrels there. It's always like, I mean, there's just never a fight breaking out there. So, you know, I thought that was fun, and that is an element of Strange's kit that's also interesting. It makes fights happen in weird spots. But they had a really bad divided push with that. Like, there's got to be intent with it, and they did not have the intent. Like, they didn't know what they're doing. It's like, oh, I guess I'll jump in the portal because they put one. Maybe they calmed it, but whatever was happening was not good. They just divided their team and made it easier to beat them. And now it's just an ultimate bukkake right here. So, you know, those things happen. Playing for KD right here, but not really. So this is the most important thing I do, in my opinion. The most important thing I do in this entire match. It's a positioning thing. I want to make them look at me at this door and not focus the main spawn or the quicker way to get there, so my team can get in there and fight where maybe they're at a reversed angle or something. And it was long enough for us to get somebody on the cart and switch things over, and then from here I just do my best to get my ult and then let it rip. And I believe I get 3 here.
No.
Like 2 of them after I die.
Yes.
And it was both tanks, so then it was just our tank against the Moon Knight, I believe, and we got to win it. But it was like all through that positioning and making them have to consider both doors so they couldn't just choke it out. And that was like so important because I didn't communicate that to them. No, but it was something that I could do without. I should have communicated it to them, but it was something that I knew that I could do to at least give us the possibility of recontesting by distracting them and making them commit to the other side where only I was there. But yeah, I'm proud of that. Very like, the kills were nice, but it was all about like applying that pressure there, even though I was down and waiting for the regroup. So I was proud of that one. Yeah, my stats look great on this one so far, 13 and 2. But I didn't feel like I also wasn't communicating there because I was also like, damn, I'm like not carrying. Like I feel like sometimes when I'm not carrying, I
So
don't
are we gonna,
feel
like,
as confident
go
with
for it
giving
the first time,
comms
or are we
because
just
people
gonna,
don't
like,
want to
walk
listen to the
in?
person who's not doing so hot. Even though the 13 and 2 does look nice, but you know, I didn't have the confidence there. I felt nervous, like I said, and I just kind of wanted to like ride into the sunset.
Get ready.
Yeah, it's trying to figure out if this range is gonna do that.
But
or not.
not too nervous to ask this though. Like what I just actually am trying to calm is like, are we doing a strange portal? Just because I wanted to be aware of it because you have to have intent with your strange portals. You can't just put them anywhere and just hope that's going to work out because 6 of you jumped in.
The battle starts.
I tend to like to be the person that doesn't go in because I like hitting them, like keeping them honest and not like just turning around right away. And then the second the portal comes up, I get to do all that burst damage with their backs turned. So I actually like to be the person that's not going in the portal. Just to make them have to consider both angles. Since I could put out so much damage from a safe distance from behind.
I'm willing to help. I appreciate you.
Yeah, this is when everything starts to be like, oh, we're gonna win. Once I get that first pick, I started feeling really good. And I was like, oh yeah, it's just gonna work out for us. Like things are just gonna manifest, and I'm gonna get it. Had to get rid of the Moon Knight too. Like I don't get Moon Knight. I don't understand what. Like sometimes when you're in buildings, you can't jump away from his ult. I get it, but like I just don't think he's very good. I think he's completely overrated by the community in terms of like, oh, his ult can be really good, but like I don't know. Everything else is just so. It's worse than Squirrel. I think there's a lot less agency for what you do. I think that the lack of skill shot, like the gimmick right here, like that, when that gimmick is not working, you are not doing anything on the night. You're not helping anybody. It's just silly.
Anyone willing to help?
We're just spamming away at a safe spot. I get upset because Cloak and Dagger ult. I think I got like an assist on one of them before it went away, but it was bad timing. I should have waited. But like I get so excited on that lane though, so that's exactly what was going on right there. I wanted to be first, but I was not.
As graceful and lethal as always, T'Challa.
Just absolutely brawling though.
Yes, fuck that guy.
Hit that
Oh,
nut.
the
We can
nut
see it
would've
right
got him. We
there.
see
That
it.
thing would have hit, but there was
The
a good
nut would've
shield,
had him.
you know. The nut would have got him. Accurate. You could see it. Another great choke to want to shoot into. I love that choke.
What am I? Invisible? You need to get no
Our takes were just dominating that. I go to my spot. Had to get rid of George Droid 69. He had to go. It was his time. And we had a Magneto, and I had no idea. That was like a jump
no
scare
idea.
moment for me. I had no idea
Give
that
a
thing was
Magneto.
coming down. But I was
Hey,
elated
GG guys,
anyway.
well
I was
played.
so happy that it all worked out. It was just one of those like
Oh,
smooth
no.
games where you just
Ooh,
things
we
just
did it.
happen the right way. And I made the one play that I thought
Unless
was
they were to, like, for some
important
reason, give me, like,
with that positioning of the retake of the second point, because once that map opens up again, like the game can be entirely different. 'Cause you can get stuck in certain points,
I
and
played great.
that one was just like it felt good to stop them there before, because like you get a lot of push the second you
Boom.
unlock that because of the
did it,
spawns and the way they're
Squirrel
laid
Girl.
out. But yeah, woo, there it was.
Solo to
Grandmaster on the
3.
Squirrel Girl. It felt nice. Like it felt
And,
really
yeah.
good. I
can do one thing I will say
just
is it gets
felt
a lot,
very
it gets a lot
proud
more
of
difficult
the fact
around
that my win
Grandmaster,
rate
and,
went from
You don't
like
get to
46% or
just chunk up the
44% or
damage
something in
as
plat. Like I was
much,
seesawing
but
really
it's
bad in
still
plat, but the
pretty
second I got the
damn
diamond,
good.
I've had like a 70% win rate,
Yeah,
and people
feels
have
good.
just been more like forgiving with what I'm doing,
Feels
and
good.
it just,
Thanks, Tay. Hell
you know,
yeah.
it felt good. You know, I achieved a little goal,
job,
and this one made me happy. So that's really all I had to say for this one. Thank you for watching. Once again, if you like the content, you can sub on the screen. You will see my socials, and I'll also have that in the description. And yeah, I'll have more of these. It won't always be Squirrel Girl, and I'm not like a Squirrel Girl only content creator. Like, she's my main currently, but I want to learn much, much more. Like, I'm just enjoying right now climbing on her. But yeah, I'll catch you on the next one, and thanks for watching.